Hey gang, how y'all doing? It is January 17, 2018. We're just 22 days away from the opening ceremonies of the Korean Olympic Games in Pyeongchang next month. And there's all kinds of cool stuff to talk about. First off, it's Tony's birthday. Tony from Providence, Rhode Island, New York 4858, I think it is. One of my fans. We spoke at length today. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you can dig out of all that snow. This is post number 326 for those of you keeping score at home. And a few things I want to talk about today. Korean unification and update on the train line. And then Tony asked me to talk about how I stay organized, and I have some binders back here that kind of explains it. So first and foremost, Korea is talking about, well, what do you mean talking about? Korea is going to be, North Korea and South Korea are both going to be participating together in the opening ceremonies. They're going to be marching in together under a unified flag. What that flag will be, we'll soon find out. But wouldn't it be just the greatest thing in the world if Korea reunifies? And maybe the Olympic Games had something to do with that? Or possibly, who knows what it could be. But I'm just really excited about it. I think peace in the world is what it's all about. And the Olympics is about peace in one way or another. Because originally, wars were put off and countries would get together friendly-like and compete. And then after the games, then they would go kill each other again and all that. And hopefully this movement by the North Koreans towards peace and reunification and friendliness isn't just another one of the ruses. Sometimes they'll talk peace and then it goes the other way. So we'll see what happens. Second thing I want to talk about is the update on the train line. I don't know if you remember, I was mentioning that there was no last train or late train leaving Gangwon or Pyeongchang going towards Seoul for all those fans who are going to be coming from Seoul. They decided to add a 1 o'clock train. And I've gone on and on to try to find tickets to that train, and it was sold out originally, but most recently I got a reservation for the night of opening ceremonies and a couple other nights, but there are still some nights that I don't have a ride home from Pyeongchang, and we're going to see how that goes. I'm covered in paint, and it was so important that I make this post and get it up today because of Tony's birthday and Korean unification, that I'm kind of dirty and painting my bathroom. What do you think of this color? This is the color that I'm going to be painting my bathroom. I mixed the red that you see here with the blue that you see on my shirt from my bedroom. Added a little ceiling paint, which you see here on the side of my shirt. And that all comes together to this nice lavender. So, let's see how that goes. Last thing I want to talk about is the binders. How do I stay organized? And what I do is I keep these binders. Okay? And usually use a thin one for when I'm organizing to go on to games, and I may bring this with me to stay organized. But when I get home, I got all kinds of stuff in it that I stick to a thicker one. This is from Sochi that has some cool postcard, has my credentials over here, and some other cards and stuff. Other kind of swag I picked up along the ways. And in here, let's see what we got. Just stuff. Here we got like the calendar for my Russian adventure. This was a template I used on my cards to the Olympic pin companies. I have some maps in here. There's some notes from when I have to call on everything, I was mentioning to Tony that I probably spend 500 to 1,000 hours figuring out this Olympic stuff, each games. Here's like a visa application. Oh God, I can't have too much information there. FedEx shipment of my Olympic tickets. Getting insurance. Another map. Orbit's trip ticketing. Russian subway information. Russian airplanes. Another hotel. That's my booking over in Sochi. Co-Sport ticket hookup address and map. My ticket order for Co-Sport summary. Here's the actual ticket order for each event. This is the envelope that my credentials came back from Russia in. Kind of a cool envelope. I'm sorry, it's upside down. Looks kind of neat. Here was the Russian transport map for the Sochi Olympic Games. So it's, yeah. Let's see what else we got in here. More hotel stuff. Here's my insurance. You know, my health insurance that I have to get when I'm overseas. Oh, and here's letters getting back from the companies I write letters to. And here's an example of my letter to get Olympic pins. Just ask for one pin. And the responses I get, like from Procter & Gamble. This light's in the way. Let's say Procter & Gamble, Panasonic, Karcher, whatever that is, BMW, Bauerfeind, Coca-Cola, and so on. And some other stuff, like this came in a package that's in a shipment. I just thought it was kind of neat, you know, the Russian stuff. So yeah, I save all that kind of stuff that I get in a binder. And I have one of these for every Olympic game. So, like for instance, there's one from Vancouver. Hey, that's a signature of Bonnie Blair that I met her at a Co-Sport event. Yeah. And more stuff. Ooh, how about that? Heineken House card. We all know about Heineken House. But just like it's kind of the same order. This is how I spent Vancouver Olympic Games and where I stayed. I was super organized. So with Korea, oh boy, it's not all put together. But like this is what an individual reservation is for each day on the train. Okay, that's a regular train ticket. And I have tons of these every day to and from. Train tickets, right? But then you have to have a pass for the whole train. And this is the Korail pass for 5 days and 7 days. That's a 7-day pass kind of thing. You got to have these with you, or I hear that the fine is 10 times whatever the fee is. So you could be in lots of trouble. Co-Sport ticket orders. Multiple. I'm going to be meeting with the IOC again when I'm out there. Boy, this is difficult lighting. But this is just one of those gift cards that I got that didn't work. I'm going to have to go deal with that when I'm over there. So, where am I at here as far as time? I don't want to bore you guys too much. Yeah, 7 minutes. Let's see what else I got here. Take a look at my hotel. That's where I'm going to be staying in Seoul. It's called Blessings in Seoul. But it's like a tall building. And it's right on the street near Cheongangi Station. Okay. And just here's another map. I'm going to be staying here near Cheongangi, which is just outside of Seoul. And the Olympics over here in Gangneung and Pyeongchang. But at the end, I'm going to be taking a train from Seoul down to Busan over here, and then taking a slow boat to Japan and going from there. Let's see what else is in there. Contact information. Usually this gets filled up by now, but people I deal with. Oh boy, I think that's about it. Again, happy birthday to Tony, and y'all have a great evening. Konnichiwa.